Imagine you're working in a prestigious building with a massive logo on the front. Your office has expensive coffee machines, ergonomic chairs, and every month your salary arrives exactly on time. Everything looks normal, stable, and powerful. But through the lens of systemic logic, your company's machine is actually coughing up blood. There are loose bolts on the inside, invisible to the amateur eye, that are actually counting down to a massive explosion. Welcome to Arc Power Play, in the segment The Collapse and Hidden Hand. In this 13th episode, we will discuss the dark side of an organization's life cycle: destruction. We often see news of a giant company suddenly going bankrupt and wonder, wait, weren't they successful just yesterday? The problem is, a business doomsday is like cancer. It grows slowly, consuming healthy cells from within, and only shows symptoms when it has reached an advanced stage. Being someone who understands logic means having the ability to read these doomsday signs early. Is your company building an empire, or is it actually digging its own grave? Let's dissect 5 business doomsday signs from the perspective of a systemic detective. Prepare your coffee and your critical logic. Let's dismantle the secrets of this destruction. Finance gap, the illusion of cash, and the numerical black hole. The first sign is the one that deceives most often: the finance gap. Look at it from your POV as a financial officer or a stock analyst. You see a green profit report, but why is the company starting to pay vendors late? Why are employee bonuses being cut under the guise of efficiency even though they claim massive profits? The logic is this: there's a huge difference between paper profits and cash in hand. Many businesses collapse because they are trapped in false growth. They have too many uncollectible receivables, or they are burning too much money on customer subsidies just for the sake of looking good in front of investors. Systemically, this is a black hole. The company looks massive from the outside, but they are actually borrowing money from the future to cover the rot in the present. If you see a company starting to make senseless small cuts, like reducing office supplies or switching to the cheapest water brand, while the boss is still showing off a new car, be wary. That is a signal that their cash flow is clogged and the heart of the machine is struggling to pump blood to the rest of the system. Stagnation, allergy to innovation, and the business-as-usual mantra. The second doomsday sign is stagnation. Imagine you're in a meeting and you suggest a new, more efficient idea using AI or the latest digital systems. But your boss's answer is, "Come on, we've used this method for 20 years and it's been successful. Don't act like you know better." The mantra, "this is how we've always done it," is the first nail in the business coffin. From a biological logic, something that stops evolving is something preparing to die. Stagnation occurs when management starts feeling too comfortable and arrogant, hubris. They feel like they already rule the market, so they don't feel the need to listen to input anymore. This type of doomsday often hits giants who think they are too big to fail. Remember Nokia or Kodak? It wasn't that they didn't have new technology. They were just allergic to replacing an old system that was already proven to make money. They preferred maintaining comfort over facing the uncertainty of innovation. When an organization starts hating change, it's a sign that the brain cells inside the machine are beginning to die one by one. Ethics crisis, shortcuts to the abyss. The third sign is the most damaging to reputation: the ethics crisis. Notice if the marketing team is starting to sell sweet promises that are actually not can be kept. Is the production department starting to rig the quality of raw materials just to hit margin targets? The logic is a messed up survival instinct. When a business starts having trouble competing fairly, its evil logic emerges. It starts taking shortcuts: internal corruption, manipulation of financial reports, and even deceiving customers with subpar quality. Systemically, this is a sign that the organization's morality has collapsed. Once a business loses its integrity, its doomsday is only a matter of time. Customers might be fooled once or twice, but when that trust is gone, the machine no longer has the fuel called reputation. An ethics crisis usually starts from the top down. If the fish starts to rot, the head is the first to smell. So, if you see your work environment starting to tolerate small deceptions, get ready, because that is the beginning of mass destruction. Competition blindness, ignoring the small predators. The fourth sign is competition blindness. Look at it from your POV as a senior manager. You see a small startup or a new competitor emerging, but you underestimate them. They're just a small player with thin capital. They won't be able to fight a giant like us. This is a fatal logical error. Apex predators often fall not because they are fought by other apex predators, but because they are swarmed by thousands of smaller, more agile predators. This blindness is often triggered by ego. You feel you have a safe territory, even though the world has changed. For example, conventional taxi companies that ignored smartphone apps. They thought their business was cars, when their business was actually transportation. By the time they realized the market logic had moved to the palm of a hand, it was too late. If your company stops analyzing competitor moves and instead gets busy praising itself in every internal meeting, that is a doomsday sign. An unwatchful predator is the easiest prey to devour. Logistics collapse, clogging the arterial flow. The final sign is operational doomsday, logistics collapse. Imagine you order a meal, but it can't be delivered because the cook ran out of ingredients, the courier's bike broke, and the app glitched. This is a sign that the company's arteries or blood vessels are clogged. Logistics isn't just about shipping goods, it's about the flow of resources. When a business grows too fast without a strong system, its logistics will become a mess. You start seeing many customer complaints because items are late, items are sent incorrectly, or stock is always empty even though the website says it's available. Operational logic says a successful business is one that can distribute its solutions consistently. Once logistics collapse, customer trust vanishes instantly. Operational costs will blow just to fix trivial mistakes. Logistics collapse is a signal that the machine has become too overweight and can no longer move its own gears. This is a mechanical doomsday that is usually the hardest to fix because the damage is systemic. So, what is the common thread of these 5 business doomsday signs? Logically, everything boils down to a failure to read reality. A company about to collapse usually lives in its own fantasy bubble. They see what they want to see and ignore what is actually happening on the ground. Destruction is a natural part of the power play cycle. To build something new, often the old must be destroyed first. The problem is, do you want to be destroyed along with it? Understanding these signs gives you options. The option to fix the system from within, or the option to jump ship before it truly sinks to the bottom of the ocean. Don't get trapped in the sunk cost fallacy, feeling reluctant to leave a company just because you've worked there for a long time. If your logic tells you this is doomsday, then trust your analysis. A great business is built on logic, and a destroyed business is usually caused by losing that logic. Thank you for watching until the end. If you like how we explained complex things to make them make more sense, don't forget to follow Synoptic. We will continue to discuss many everyday things that are actually fascinating as long as they are explained the right way. Synoptic, the world simplified, one thought at a time.